We are live. It is week 13, game number 5 to the 2021 NFL season. It is featuring the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Miami Dolphins. We are at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Now let us know and see you all after the game.
We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. The return man, Wilson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
And frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over, teasing and joking with him. You could tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. Able to find Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Play it deep for Miami. Take it in at the 22. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy that springs for the good stuff.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the quarterback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. See the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Looking left sideline, incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. That ball went in for a touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 64 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now this carries into the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves job that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
From midfield now, Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Here's Burrow, set up to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So that one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
The Fort Lauderdale native back near home, Giovanni Bernard. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And Green with a catch left side. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Green's first catch in the game. Good for a first down.
Well, that's a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They're back at the 8 now, 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think can absorb that contact.
So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bullock will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal, and yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And for them a touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua, and that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out, and giving the ball back to their offense?
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. Did a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you put field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're open to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now Burrow down around his goal line on the slant complete to Green. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. It's a 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And it's 2nd down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
This defense really thrown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try to hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This is Gaskin on the carry. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Tua. Now he steps away. He'll try and run it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Tua will throw complete to Parker. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Tua. Being chased out left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
2 and now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here now is second and 10, again for the 41. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. Third down here.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Tua going to throw. And they will catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they like to have back as it brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Yeah, this ball will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25 and will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is what I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now Burrow on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. They'll drop this one down to Mixon. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The passing here, Joe Burrow. The tight end C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Every offensive coordinator, every play sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. But look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He only has a single solo carry, one, numero uno, 2nd quarter. They need to get him the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only 1 carry kind of takes me back to college in the class where not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That'll be Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Calling a pickup of 7, and it's a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we reach intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a very strong first half for our rookie quarterback. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Play action. Now it's Tua. Going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with it.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to the air on second down. Tagovailoa. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And they've been down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was had without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here. He also picks up a first down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Get the man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run now with Gaskin. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Chewing now on third down. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent late drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point. And good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now it's Wilson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
He's got his man, Boyd. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Again, it's Burrow. Slant pass to Ford. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off. Usually after about 3 to 4 steps, it cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
We're going to get this into the hands of Nixon, his running back. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow with a touchdown connection to Tyler Boyd. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. To the air again, Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3. They feel great about themselves.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Tua Tagovailoa and the offense heading back out. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps. It's consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in the team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Josh Bynes.
They'd love to just strike back to the touchdown right here. If it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
On second down, Tua. Brought it over the middle by Graham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Tua. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Grant. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. From midfield, here's Tua. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And they run the option here on first and 10. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That would a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, here's Breida. And they're working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Getting 12 yards down, the Dolphins have the first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Technically, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
There's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, great, get the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Another run with Gaskin. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Tua. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And able to find Gray. And he's going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get to reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. We're all getting this into the hands of Higgins. 7 yards to pick up there.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing down is Joe Burrow. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jones. Now the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They brought the house that time with a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break up their routes quickly as well.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. As again, with just under 90 seconds remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Gaskin. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. So here we go, Charles, third down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? Yeah, you remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.
Alright guys, there you have it. The Dolphins winners over the Bengals 14-11. That end the stream and next live stream. And I set this up to my last live stream for the night. So that end the stream and I'll be right back.